Today's My Thoughts Monday is brought to you by GymAware, the leading tool when measuring performance in the weight room. Guys, VBT is all the craze right now. It's a hot, sexy topic, although it's something that's been around for a while. And the man who wrote the book on velocity-based training, Brian Mann, has called the GymAware the Rolls Royce when it comes to velocity measuring devices. Guys, the ability for you to shoot all your information right up into the cloud and store it right away is enough for me right there to make sure that this is something that I had in my weight room. Putting things together with instant feedback as to how the reps are being performed. On top of that, with the x-axis correction, so you don't have to necessarily worry about direct positioning when you're performing the exercises. Tying that in with the visualization of everything and the ability to allow the athletes to compete. Make this an absolutely stellar tool and something I couldn't recommend you having in your weight room enough. Hop on over to kinetic.com.au today and see everything that they have to offer. Hey everybody, if you enjoy the podcast and the content it provides, be sure to hop over and check out the community. The community is an exclusive members website that is just an extension of what we do here in July at the Central Virginia Sport Performance Seminar. What it is a combination of video lectures, a coach's corner with your Monday morning take-home information, and a forum where you can talk about anything and everything related to the field of strength and conditioning. In the community, you'll find content added each month from some of the top practitioners in the world, ranging from PhDs to high-level coaches, bringing you exactly what they're doing with their athletes or their research at the present moment. On top of that, an additional discussion by coaches bringing you that Monday morning information, things that you can add to your training program right away. Tying that in with the opportunity to discuss with coaches around the world in the forum on anything and everything from the topics addressed in these presentations to whatever you're seeing in your daily life as a coach. If this sounds like the right thing for you and your staff, go ahead and hop over to cvasps.com/community and try it out for 48 hours for just $1. If you like it, you're signed up, ready to roll, and you're jumping into all the great content added each month. If not, feel free to go ahead and cancel at any time. No questions asked. We're really excited about what we're building in the community and hope you are too. Go ahead and hop over to cvasps.com/community and check it out today.
Hi everyone, my name's Heishman. These are my thoughts on a Monday centered around the topic of collaboration. More specifically, collaboration between academia and the applied sports performance setting. Now, some of you listening may have the optimal situation where you have a ton of collaboration between your athletic department and sports performance, as well as your academic resources on campus. However, I think more often than not, this isn't the case. There's usually little to no collaboration, and the two entities never really intersect. However, I wanted to bring up the idea and briefly discuss some of the potential benefits of collaboration and how it can be really a mutually beneficial situation. The university setting is really a cornucopia of resources that are never really tapped into a lot, I think, by a lot of athletic departments. And I think even in the university setting, a lot of the academic departments don't even collaborate well within themselves, so then it makes collaborating even outside of academia more challenging. Here at the University of Oklahoma, I have a very unique opportunity where I get to pursue my PhD in exercise physiology. I work in the neuromuscular lab. But then I also have an applied sports performance experience where I work with men's and women's basketball performance under the supervision of Bryce Dobb. There, I get to help pursue their goals of improving athlete performance and also enhancing overall athlete welfare while also pursuing my research interest and my passion of applied performance and research in the applied setting. So with that, I've kind of seen hand in hand both sides of the coin of the collaboration and just kind of want to offer up some of my experiences and the benefits to hopefully get some of you encouraged enough to reach out to someone on campus and try to see if they can benefit your program in some way. First thing that's very beneficial, I think we often think in the applied setting that just because a researcher on campus doesn't study the same thing as us, that they can't be beneficial to our setting. They may be very specialized in their studies, so that can actually be applicable to what we want to research in our research question in the applied field. However, I would combat that with some of my experiences. Prior to the University of Oklahoma, I was at the University of Virginia pursuing my master's degree. I got to work with men's and women's basketball there under the supervision of Mike Curtis. And through the process of exploring thesis projects for myself. I bounced some ideas off of Coach Curtis, and then took those ideas to my academic mentor, Dr. Art Weltman. And Art isn't an applied performance scientist by any means. That's not his area of expertise. Now, he has done research, has experience in that area, but that's not the sole focus of his research. But because he's a great scientist, he was able to take the research questions that we had and really make sure they were good questions, and then systematically organize that question of how the procedures of how we would analyze that, analyze the data and answer that question, what the steps that we need to go through to answer that question, because he's a good scientist. So what I'm saying is, science is a way of thinking, and it's an approach to answering and solving a problem. It doesn't necessarily matter if the scientists on your campus study exactly the research questions you have, but they may bring new insights and new lenses that can really support the things that you're doing and help you better understand and help guide you in making training decisions. Another example, here at the University of Oklahoma, my current mentor, Dr. Mike Benben, is he'll be the first to admit that he is not an athlete performance specialist. He studies neuromuscular function, specifically in aging populations. However, his great experience as a scientist, he has been able to help me and guide me through my research experience because, again, he is able to stick to the principles of science, ask a good research question, do appropriate statistical analysis, and help interpret the findings that we have in the applied setting. So in summary, just because a researcher may not study the exact same things that you want to look at, doesn't mean they can't be beneficial in incorporating into your system. The second is having a second set of eyes can also bring some unbiased look at your training philosophy and see if the training means and methods that you're using are really effective, which can be really beneficial, especially people consistently trying to improve and get better and make sure they're providing the best for their athletes. Another great benefit is the access to interns. I think in the applied setting, we can all agree that it's always great to have extra support and extra hands. Interns are great. Having a great relationship with people on campus can provide that outlet so you can meet with people and have undergraduate, graduate students come into your facility and benefit your athletes and your system with a good relationship with academia on campus. I think it's pretty understood in the applied setting that there's some things students can't learn in the classroom, and that's a great opportunity for them to get in your setting, learn in that environment. They can couple that with their academic strategies and really help them develop as a person. So again, it's another example of this mutually beneficial relationship. So in summary, I challenge everyone to reach out to someone on campus. It doesn't even have to be in the exercise physiology department. I think too often we think, well, that would be the most closely related department to our needs in performance. However, think outside the box. There's for example, maybe the psychology department can make sure your questions on your wellness questionnaire is getting you the best information from your athletes. Maybe they can help you narrow down the questions being asked and make sure they're asked in a non-biased manner to make sure you're getting the most appropriate information, the best information from the athletes. Maybe someone in the statistics department can help with your data management and data analysis from athlete monitoring strategies. Students may have never heard of the term player load or even know how that's calculated or what that means, but their capacities as a statistical student or a data science student may bring a lot of advantage to your system that could actually benefit your performance. I think that it also should be said that people in academia won't reach out to people in athletics. One, because they don't want to overstep their bounds, and two, they may not have anything, they may not feel they have anything to offer, which is really not the case. They have access to a lot of tools and techniques that we would like to have in the applied setting, which is very challenging, sometimes expensive, sometimes you need a certain level of expertise to use. So don't expect for academia to reach out and try to create that relationship. It's definitely going to have to come from the athletic and performance side. And they also recognize that this is a special population, so they wouldn't want to be intrusive to the things that you have going on in your goals. But believe me, a lot of academics want to be a part of university athletics. Sports is very a culturally inclusive event. Everyone on campus is going to support all of the sports teams. They're going to have an understanding of how they're performing, what's going on. So they really care and would like to see them be successful. So if they have a specific skill set that could be beneficial, then you should tap into that and use them as a resource. Again, it can be mutually beneficial. I'm currently benefiting from that mutually beneficial relationship with my experience with Coach Dobb and my mentor, Mike Benben, allowing me to be in that setting. So I challenge everyone to reach out to someone on campus, another professor in any department, a graduate student, look for undergraduate interns, but really try to catalyze that relationship and see what good things it can bring your university and your training. Thanks.